a men's rights activist. He brings a conservative point of view to black issues. His mission: to provide a forum for honest discussions about social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project Studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, Jermaine Buxio.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your gracious host, Jermaine Buxio. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Wednesday evening? Here in Minneapolis, it's been raining. It's a cool 44 degrees. How's everybody doing? Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. We got a lot to discuss tonight. We certainly do. So make sure you do your due diligence. Absolutely. You guys see what's going on in the world right now? Look at Biden. Biden. What a fool. He wants to reduce U.S. coal consumption, fossil fuels. He wants to reduce it by 52% by 2028. Absolutely. John Kerry is on the mission to make sure nobody buys coal again. These people got to be from a different planet. I'm saying, don't you guys think so? It's almost as if the Democrats are, and some of these Republicans, they have been taken over. Have you guys seen this movie? It was a very, very good movie. It was put out a very long time ago, not too long ago, maybe over 10 years. The movie is called Avatar. And it's about some military folks. They find a species that they want to infiltrate. And what they do is they build an avatar. They create a body, a vessel that looks like, the creatures they're trying to infiltrate. And you know what they do? They transfer the consciousness, right, from that military individual into that body. And then all of a sudden that body is doing something that ain't supposed to be doing. Suggesting information that they're not supposed to be doing, right? When I look at what's going on in the world, I think about Avatar. Because the things that they are doing doesn't make sense if you're a human. It doesn't make sense at all. It's like they're terraforming the earth so that they, whoever is out there can have a better environment, if you know what I mean. We have these climate change czars, these idiots out here who want to reduce fossil fuels, who are attacking humans. Saying, hey, it's you humans. You guys are the bad guys. They're saying that we need to reduce CO2. Any idiot out there that goes along with it, you deserve to die. CO2, ladies and gentlemen, we need it. I want folks to understand it sounds like they're aliens. Doesn't make sense, the stuff that they're talking about. Doesn't at all. But, to some people who are screwed up, it makes all the sense in the world. So, what could we say, right? What could we say? Let's go ahead and get rocking. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. There's some folks who have been waiting for the show. They have. And I know this because they hit me up. So make sure you share. Don't treat me like a side chick, right? Don't treat me like your lame ass baby daddy. The one that you got to drive everywhere because he ain't up to par, right? Don't treat me like him. I ain't like that. Absolutely. First one up. First one up. I want to go ahead here and speak to you guys about being a provider, being a man. In this new day and age of single motherhood, baby mamas, betas, being a provider as a man is very hard for those folks. A lot of them have a female mentality. A lot of them don't have that leadership responsibility inside of them, that leadership character. It's not there. And what happens in our society is that these men that are out there, the betas, the ones that don't have this, they become the norm. And it leads to interpersonal relationships that go to hell. I want to go ahead and show you guys this video here. It deals with a woman who put her boyfriend on TikTok. Apparently, he came home late. He was drunk. He threw a temper tantrum after his child's mama, after the child's mama told him to provide for his family. I want to go ahead and run this when I come back. I want to speak about this. We have a lot of men who are like this, a whole bunch. And we have a whole bunch of women out there who love dating thugs and losers. Yes. Maybe you're a woman out there who love losers too. Stay tuned. Here we go.
Got hurt 3-4 hours ago. What's you trying for right now? Coming home 5 hours. You were supposed to be to work in 6 hours. Your daughter got hurt 3-4 hours ago, and you come home beating on the door, waking kids up drunk, talking shit. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to show me that you love me? Are you trying to understand how I feel or where I'm coming from with anything?
I do.
No, you don't.
I do love you. You don't want to accept
That's
it.
not what you do.
You want to accept the shit that you want to accept.
Love is something you show. I don't understand.
I do.
No, you don't. When you lie to me, when you break your promises, you don't keep your word about shit, Denzel. You have an attitude on payday when it's time to pay fucking bills. You be sad like a sad fucking puppy. Like you want to go back to your grandma's house.
That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking
Move.
lie.
I'm not. Then you smell. I done told you I don't like that shit.
I don't like the shit that you do too.
Well, I mean, don't play with me.
I ain't playing with you.
I'm telling you, don't play with me. You already done woke my daughter up. On the knock shit. And the fucking retarded.
This is what you want.
So,
you want that real nigga shit.
Boy,
That's
you
what
don't
you
even
want.
know
You
what
want that
real
trailer
nigga
park
shit.
shit.
No, I want that
if you
real
want to wake somebody
shit.
up, wake him up then.
No, I want that real
That's
father
what the
shit.
fuck you
I want
want.
that real provider
Real
shit.
shit.
I want the promises that you made to be motherfucking kept.
And sad.
That's what I want.
Motherfucking time.
That's what I want.
That's what you fucking want.
Why is you taking my daughter fucking backpack?
Yeah, leave me the fuck alone.
You
Leave me the fuck alone.
You take.
Leave me the fuck alone.
You see your daughter?
Leave me the fucking alone.
Do you see your child?
Leave me alone.
Do you even care?
I care. I care so motherfucking much. I want to punch your motherfucking holes in the
Do you
wall.
see my kids?
Leave me the fucking alone. Chantel, I want some motherfucking grown ass motherfucking naked.
Drunk.
Nigga.
Acting that fucking fool.
Yeah. There's a lot of women who go through this. And let me tell you something. Women out there, that this is your fault. Absolutely. If you're going through this mess, don't blame him. Blame yourself. Because this is the type of nonsense I talk about all the time. Instead of getting married, waiting, right? Because had she have waited, she probably would have known that the man wasn't nothing. He was a loser. But what do women do? They get swept off their feet very quickly. They get baby fever before logic and common sense hit them. And what they'll do is they'll have a baby by a thug and a loser. And then somehow get the nerve, right? Get some sort of morality to complain, right? Complain about the thug and the loser. And then go around and say, well, all men ain't squat. I want to let you ladies know you ain't squat either. Right? Squat attracts squat. Right? SHIT. Shit attracts shit. So I want folks to understand that. The man threw a temper tantrum because he's a loser. He's a loser. He's a bait-up male. And guys like him are more apparent nowadays because most of them are raised by the mama. They certainly are. Raised by their mama. You heard what this girl said. You want to go back, you act like you want to go back to your grandmama house. It's a diss. Women know this. When you're raised by your mama, women will even laugh at that too. They can sit there in front of your face. But when stuff hits the fan, they bring it up. It's incumbent on men to be leaders and be a provider in your life. Because one thing I'm going to tell men, unconditional love ain't reserved for ya. Yeah. Your love is based upon what the hell you can provide. It's been like that since the beginning of time. Right? As a man, you're in that category. Sorry, right? Unconditional love is reserved for children, pets, and women. They're the ones who can do squat. They ain't got to do nothing. And they get unconditional love. You as a man, you don't. Because of the responsibility that is bared upon you from society and God. Your love comes from God. I want the men to understand that. Your love is not in the woman. Your love is in God. So if you have that love, you love God, you love what is right, your wife will love you, she'll follow because you'll be a natural leader and provider. But if your love is not for God, your love is misplaced, you'll be stuck in a realm where you're seeking love from a woman, you're seeking love from a kid, you're seeking love from somewhere. You will never be satisfied. And I want the men to understand this. Love, unconditional love, is reserved for women and children. It's always been like that. Get over it. Your love is dependent on what you provide. And if anybody doesn't believe me out there, you go ahead and try dating most women with no finances and see how far you get. You drop out of your job. You get fired. See how long the wife that says she love ya will be saying she love ya. I want men to wake up. Being a man is not easy. That's why you got trannies jumping ship. Right? You got men jumping ship. They want to be women. Being a man is not easy, but it's your birthright. And you have to be strong and stand up to the task. Women out there, a lot of them are attracted to bums and losers. I don't feel bad for them at all. You get what you get. Absolutely. If you seen Tyrone, he was out there thugging. And women ain't dumb. They know this. A bad guy, bad boy, this type of persona is something that a lot of women are attracted to. Most women are attracted to this. I want to let you know you get what you get. So if you go out with a bum and a loser, don't complain when the bum and the loser is not doing what you want. Don't complain because you got pregnant by a bum that don't want to work. You knew he didn't want to work. When you got pregnant, he wasn't working. Women, for some reason, somehow think that, in a sense, their actions should not determine their worth. And I'm going to let folks know your actions do determine your worth, especially women out there in the sexual marketplace. Your actions absolutely do. So think wisely. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you share. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my gal, Melinda Peace. Melinda Peace just donated, took our $10 challenge on Cash. Shout out to you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to Matthew Steinacker. He says, but if she gets involved with him, Jermaine, she can fix him. That's what a woman always think. Women can't fix nothing. You can't. Let me say this again to piss off a lot of folks. Women can't fix nothing. You can't fix a man. Stop it. Even the kitty cats and the dogs around you want to run. You better stop it. You ain't good at fixing. No way, Jose. You're not good at fixing. And when you try to fix a guy, I want the women to understand that the poor puppet that you see, because women look at broken guys as puppets. There's two type of women out there. The one that look at the broken guy as a puppet that she wants to fix. And then the new age feminist woman that looks at the broken guy as a slave, as a tool, right? They know that broken guys who are quote unquote down on their luck, in and out of jail, couch surfing, right? Not good gainful employment, right? Something in the background. They ain't got a license. They ain't got a car. There's something wrong with them. What these new age feminist women will do is they will date these guys because they know that for them to get a good guy, most of the time the good men require submission. It's always like that, right? When you date a man who's gainfully employed, right? He doesn't have any baggage. He's a good catch. He's going to require submission. It's always like this. And women understand this, right? The new age woman understands this. So she'll go with a guy who's lesser than. And I want the guys to understand that, because most guys don't pick up on this, right? When you're broken, you ain't got a car, all sorts of other stuff, right? There's two type of women who are coming after you. The ones who look at you like a puppet dog, a stray dog that they want to fix. Right? She's controlling as well. And you get the other one who absolutely knows you're broken and everything else. And she wants to use you as a slave. She knows that you ain't got a place to go. She knows she can control where you go, this and that. That's what they like. And most guys don't pick up on this. And what they'll do is they'll have children with these men. And then when they know that these men ain't squat, they put them down even more. And this is exactly what you got done seeing. She knew the guy wasn't nothing. You went and had a kid by him. And then you know that he doesn't have these character traits. It's not built in him. And all you're doing is poking him more, right? Putting him down every more. Women have to stop that. If the man doesn't have the trait, he doesn't have the trait. You can't build it in him. You have to go search for the man that has the traits that you want, not potential. And I know a lot of women who are into potential. Well, he has the potential for this and that. That's what my sister was always into, potential. Stop with the potential. Get the man who has it. Let's go ahead and move forward. I just need to point that out. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about another viral video that deals with a young black woman that says her mom wanted her to sell viral video. A lot of people are speaking about this. I want to go ahead and show you guys this. And I want to speak about this too, because we see this a lot when it comes to single mamas. Make sure you share, all right? Absolutely. Here we go.
Pussy. My mom been wanting me to sell pussy low key. I don't even sell pussy. My mom been wanting me to sell pussy low key or get some money for some niggas. Bitch, I don't even play like that because I don't play with my pussy, bitch.
Let me play it again. I want you to hear this.
Pussy. My mom been wanting me to sell pussy low key. I don't even sell pussy. My mom been wanting me to sell pussy low key or get some money for some niggas. Bitch, I don't even play like that because I don't play with my pussy, bitch.
There you go. And this is what happens when a lot of single black mamas raise their children. And single mamas, period. They put their children in position to be abused, to be taken advantage of. I speak about this all the time, the power dynamic. Single mama has her child. She knows that the money is running out. She needs extra money around the house. A lot of the time, she has her young children out there working. As soon as they reach of age, hey, you're 15, you can go get a job at Arby's. You could go to McDonald's, right? Happens all the time while mama's still at home. And while the children are out working and they come home, she's collecting their check while mama stay at home, right? And sometimes these mamas, and I've seen them all the time, single mamas, they'll start making up false illnesses, right? You know, mama don't feel good, Right? You know mama need her pills. All sorts of dumb shit. All sorts of it. Let me tell you. And then what they do is they put their children in difficult positions. Young black boys a lot of times have to go sell dope to help their mama pay the bills, right? Mama get a stipend from the government. She gets Section 8 from the government. She don't want to go and pay $100. It's hard for her to get off her back to go get $100. So what does she do? She sends her young son out in the world. Here's a ounce of weed. Go ahead and sell this weed on the corner with the rest of the niggas. And you come back and you bring me what you made and we'll re-up. Happens all the time. Young girls. Mama want them out there on the corner selling that pot because she knows that the niggas on the corner will buy it. She knows that if she's 16 and she's out there, the niggas on the corner don't care. They'll sleep with her. Mama knows this. And she knows it's a quick buck. So when we speak about these entitlement programs, when we speak about caring for the children outside of the womb, these are the things that I talk about. It's easy to say, well, we care about the children in the room, no abortion. When the children get out, this is the hell a lot of the times they have to deal with. I want conservatives to understand. And these are the folks who are going to be voting for the Democrat Party. Born in a world where their parents don't want them. How many of you guys have been born to parents where they could give a rip about you? I know some of you guys have been born to parents who could give a rip about you. And it hurts. Imagine being in this situation. Your mama had you so that she could get a roof over her head. You don't even know who your daddy is. Because we have a system that allows this type of what I call human abuse. Right? I want folks to understand that. You're born like this. Government give your mama money. They don't care how you were born. They don't care if you have a good family or not. They could give a rip. And you're born to somebody like this, where you are a commodity. And then your mama tell you, you ain't got nothing because of the white man. You ain't got nothing because your daddy left us. All sorts of dumb stuff. And while you, the conservative, are worried about the children in the womb, these children are being used by the government through these social programs. These children, in my personal opinion, they need help too. They need to be able to be saved too. Why shall we allow a system like this to keep continuing to go on? Where we fund people to have children all willy-nilly. And when they grow up, they're being used by parents who don't want them, who are just using them for a bag. It's absolutely wrong. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this. It's absolutely wrong for this to happen. And it happens all the time. So if you're out there, you care, you run in your mouth, you care. Oh, I care about babies. I care about the unborn baby. Hopefully you care about the children who are outside who are suffering. Because once they're born, and a lot of them are born nowadays to single mamas, they are born into dysfunctional families. They are born to people who most of the time don't want them. And I don't think most people can even, fathom that. Imagine being born to parents who don't want you. That's how most children are being born nowadays. Right? It's not oops, baby. It's let me get some government assistance, baby. Let me have a baby because this guy left me and I want to do it in spite of him, baby. This is the type of society we have. So you should understand why the children are mad and upset when they say, I ain't got a daddy. And all they know is a crazy mama who's using them for cash. Man, I'm telling you, it's wild. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Shout out to Matthew Steinacker. He says, we need to start empowering dads. Absolutely, we do. We do. That's why there's a fathers movement that's taken off. It's been taking off for the past 3 years. It's growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a huge movement now, the fathers' rights movement. And the reason why this is because children are getting out of hand. You can see how crazy our society is. And men out there, there's a gosh darn lie, a narrative of a lie, that men are having babies and they're running, and it's a damn lie. It's a liberal lie so that they can extract wealth. Men want to be in their children's lives, and men need to be empowered. And they know that if they can empower women just like they've been doing, right, they can control society. You can control society through the women and children. Men have to stop having children with women if they're not married. If you have a child with a woman, I want the guys to understand, because maybe there's some guys out there right now. If you have a child with a woman and you're not married, that child is not legally yours. And I want the men to understand that. I know it hurts your feelings. It's not yours. It is Satan's and the government's. You didn't have it under the covenant of God. And I want the men to understand how important having children under the covenant of God is. I want you to understand, having a child out of wedlock, you're having a child in Satan's realm. I know they don't like speaking it like this, because it hurts a lot of the women who have them oops babies by Tyrone and Jamar Quavius and them out there, Brad and David out there. I understand. But if you don't have a baby under the covenant of God, you will suffer. And you can see the men out there suffering. You suffer less now, suffer less when you take the plunge. At least you get full rights then. But if you have a child outside of wedlock, outside of being married, for the people who don't know, you having a child in Satan's realm. That child is not yours. It's Daddy Satan, government, and the baby mama. That's why they link arm in arm together when they play what we call Grand Theft Child. And gentlemen know what I'm talking about out there. Millions of men have gone through it. Wake up one day, you blink your eyes, Your girl running off with your child straight to the courthouse. Courthouse sanction it. You can't see your kid again. Yeah, it happens. So I'm just pointing out there. These things are very important that conservatives need to speak about, especially to the men growing up in this society. Conservatives haven't been doing this. Even at home, they don't even speak like this to their children to let them know what the hell is going out there. So we have to be abreast about these things because these things are deadly important when we speak about building families that serve God and have a loyalty and love for this nation. Point blank, period. Next one up. I want to show you guys a thug who shot a 51-year-old security guard at point blank range. Evil. This video comes from Atlanta, Georgia. I want you guys to take a look at this when I come back. I want to speak about it. Make sure you share. Look how evil this is. Killed him. And then took off. And look at the guy just sitting down on the ground. That's how evil it is. Look how this old man is just walking up. And he shakes his head. Sees it and shakes his head while he smokes his cigarette. Here's another guy. Here's another one. You see that? Look how they just went into the man. Look, you see this? Look at the woman there. This is in Atlanta. Went through his pockets. Look at them. Guy's dead on the floor here. They splitting up his money and walking. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is America. Look at him. The man's dead. Look at the woman. This is the black community. This is the black community. Atlanta, Georgia. Man is shot and killed in front of folks. Old man smoking a cigarette on the curb. Gets up and walks over after the guy is killed. No compassion to run to him. No pulling out the cell phone to call anybody. Not even a facial sign of disturbance. I want people to understand. Not even a facial sign. The man looks at the dead body And all he does is shakes his head and walks off. 2 more individuals pop up. Killer returns, rummages through the pockets of the dead security guard, 51-year-old dead security guard. And they split the money all on the camera. This is, ladies and gentlemen, America. This is Biden's America. Look at him. Look at the security guard right here. About to be killed. Kills him. Cold blood. Cold blood, ladies and gentlemen. Steals his gun. And then he's running through his pockets. And of course, his pants is sagging, right? You can see his drawers. Just like most street niggas. This is evil and it's insane. Then you got the old man, right? As soon as the killer walks off. He doesn't even get up to help him. Look at it. Look at it. He's just walking. And he shakes his head. Shakes his head while he's smoking his cigarette. Niggas ain't shit. And then they come back around. Three individuals, 3 different ones. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 different individuals. So the killer kills him, rummages through his pocket, steals his gun, and takes off. 3 more individuals pop up. They don't help him. They rummage through his pockets and split whatever they find. This is the niggas in the community for you. And when we speak about how evil they are, you got white liberals out there who try to shut you down. You got black liberals out there who don't want Americans to see this. They don't want to see how the real black street culture is. When they're singing about killing and shooting in these rap videos, they're not lying. This is their culture. They're about shooting and killing. They're about shooting and killing. You got to be a soulless MF to be behaving in this manner. I want people to understand, you got to be a soulless MF to be doing stuff like this. Where you see a man who's dead, and instead of getting him help, you go ahead and you take advantage of the situation. Those are some low vibrational creatures. These are the people that Satan love. These are the people that Satan love. So I wanted people to see this. Let me go ahead and give somebody a shout out here. Shout out to Christian Walker, donated, took our challenge on Cash App. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Hopefully they will catch all of those people who are doing this. Hopefully they will. Because I'm telling you, this is bad. You really got to be a soulless MF to be doing something like this. You really do. In my personal opinion, everybody who was in the vicinity of the area needs to be charged. You saw the man, you didn't render aid, you walked off. You saw the man, instead of to render aid, what you do is you rummage through his pockets. This is like you're living in a third world. You wouldn't expect this type of behavior in America. You wouldn't. But that's what it is. And we have to be honest about the reality. And let me tell you, somebody who's not being honest about the reality of crime in their city. Chicago Democratic Mayor Beetlejuice. Absolutely. Don Beetle. Oh, that's not her. Lori Lightfoot. My bad. You know, Don Beetle sounds like a better name to me. Don Beetle lashes out when asked, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the thing she's been doing the most. When asked about all the harm that has been done by the crime in the city. I want you guys to take a look at this when it come back. I want to speak about this. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Here we go.
Every time you have a press conference, you say crime is down. The economy is booming.
Well, that's not true, but get your question, sir.
Across the street, we had a police officer on duty, the victim of a hit and run. We have Michigan Avenue, the magnificent miles now referred to as the Mile of Fear. The water tower place has thrown the keys back to the lender. They say they don't want to be in Chicago anymore. Real Chicagoans are asking me, how could you possibly even consider running for re-election as mayor of the city of Chicago after all the harm you've caused?
Well, I disagree with you fundamentally, and I don't think I need to address any and dignify your comments 1 second further. Next question.
There you go. I don't need to dignify your comments any second further. So she doesn't want to answer it. Lori Lightfoot, let me tell you something, has a very big problem. And the problem is she does not want to answer for her actions. She doesn't. As a Democrat nowadays, it's very easy for you to deflect from responsibility. You have cops to blame, right? Yeah. You have white supremacists to blame. You have racism to blame. You have criminals to blame. Gosh darn it. You have COVID to blame. So the blame game is out there. And these Democratic politicians are playing it. They certainly are, to a T. To a T. There's a very big story in Chicago right now about an anti-violence protester. Her son was killed when she put out a stop the violence message. Same day she put it out, same day her son was killed. And this is in Chicago. He was robbed and he was killed. I want you guys to take a look at this when it come back. I want to speak about it. Here we go.
Call it a sixth sense.
Because I felt that something has really happened seriously.
Laverne McMullen had a sick feeling something bad had happened to her son.
I posted something on Facebook that morning saying, if you think about killing somebody else's child, think about it. And they killed my son at 7 o'clock that night.
The anti-crime community activist spends a lot of time speaking with city youth about violence and street life. Now, her story is personal. Her son, Kenneth Cooper, was found shot to death in an alley near Haynes and Brooklyn Park Boulevard a week ago. Crime Insider sources say detectives believe he was robbed.
If you have any compassion about the people that y'all lost in these streets, put these guns down, gentlemen and women, because this is not the route to go. There's other ways that you can handle things besides shoot each other.
Cooper's killer is still at large, a young 27-year-old who didn't get to fulfill his dreams. A mom left behind to deal with grief, and the grief, she says, is something she will take to the grave.
I could not save Kenneth on earth, but God is going to save him in heaven. So that's why I have the strength that I have from the power of God.
There you go. So this mother here, with her hair hat on, black women got to start wearing their real hair. They got to be a movement out there to get black women to start wearing their real hair. I mean, it gets outrageous sometimes. Her son was killed. Now, this black woman here, she looked ghetto fabulous. Let me tell you. Ghetto fabulous. That's what she looks like. And one thing I do know with women who look like this, she got a piercing right here, big ass hoops. She got the, this is the new tramp stamp here. I'm a bad man, I know, right? Tattoo right across her chest. I want the women to understand that that's the new age tramp stamp. It used to be in the middle of your back right here, right? Yeah, on the opposite side of your navel. That's where the tramp stamp used to be. The new age tramp stamp is right here. Absolutely, right? Women know what I'm talking about, right? Same with them tongue rings. Women know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, why else get them? Wink, wink, right? Yeah. Let's not play around. So it lets me to believe that, she doesn't have that moral base. And I don't care who get mad at me. Usually when you have these certain features, you act a certain way, right? We do. So I know that she wasn't all on the up and up. I can tell you that. And when it comes down to her son, I researched her son. Son was a nigga in chief, out there thugging. So he wasn't, grade A material himself. He was in them streets. I commend her, though, for using her voice to speak up against the violence. But one thing I do know, she probably would contribute to the violence. One thing I do know about most black folks, besides them having a low IQ and being retarded, they don't think very well. They will say something on one side of their mouth, and then on the other side of their mouth, do the opposite. Black folks say that they want the violence to end. Right? She says, you men and women out there, put down your guns. This is black folks for you. And then on the other side of their mouth, they're supporting music that speaks about shooting and killing. So black folks, in a sense, they ain't squat when they doing stuff like this. It defeats the purpose. If you're speaking about stopping violence, don't support music that speaks about violence. That would be, gosh darn, logical. And the hottest music right now, the most genre of music black folks listen to is trap music, thug music. So they have to change their mindset, and they have to change their behavior if they want to stop the violence. Marches don't work, right? Marches don't work. Look at, they're still killing each other like dogs in the street. Marches don't work. Playing the blame game doesn't work. Enforcement and pointing out the stupidity does work. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Because I want somebody to see this. I know somebody out there is going to see it. And I want them to understand, black folks, it's your fault. It is. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about Colin Kaepernick, the man that loves to kneel. Let me tell you. Colin Kaepernick spent 3 to 4 years running his mouth about how bad the NFL is. He spoke about how bad the owners are, how bad the league is. Went as far as to call them racist and bigots. And now he wants back into the NFL. He was given a chance a while ago. You guys remember this? We spoke about it. The league gave him a chance. Gave him a tryout. And you guys remember what happened, right? The black idiot and fool did not show up. He was concerned about a waiver. A waiver that would say that he couldn't say that if he didn't make it, he couldn't call them racist. He didn't like that. So he decided not to try out. He didn't trust the league. The league didn't trust his black ass. We thought this segment was over. But just like an attention-seeking whore, he's back. Just like a woman who's got a new BBL, who's got new breast augmentations. She wants to show it off. She wants attention. She's back. Take a look at this. Colin Kaepernick speaking out. He wants back in the NFL. Excuse my French. Nigga kick rocks. Take a look.
Quarterback talking with I Am. Now to Colin Kaepernick, who's speaking out overnight. The quarterback talking with I Am Athlete about how badly he wants to return to the NFL. TJ Holmes is back with more on this. Good morning, TJ.
And Stray, again, remember, he has not thrown a pass in the NFL since January 1st, 2017. We're talking about 5+ years now, so it's fair to say we're not sure where he is and how good he could be on a football field, but we're also not really sure what he's thinking. He doesn't talk much, doesn't give a lot of interviews. Well, he took questions from some fellow athletes, and now we're hearing from him, and he says now he just needs an opportunity to walk through a door. He'll handle the rest from there. In one of his first interviews in years, Colin Kaepernick says he still hopes to once again be an NFL quarterback.
Do you want to play football?
Absolutely. I mean, that's without question.
This candid session takes place after the free agent quarterback had a training session with former NFL stars Chad Ochocinco and Brandon Marshall.
What you saw out here, that's 5 years of training behind the scenes to make sure I'm ready and stay ready at the highest level. You don't do that if you don't have a passion and you don't believe you're going to find a way on that field.
Kaepernick acknowledges that at this point, he'd sign as a backup.
I know I have to find my way back in. Okay. So, yeah, if I have to come in as a backup, that's fine. But that's not where I'm staying.
Kaepernick did secure one 2017 meeting with the Seattle Seahawks, but he's heard nothing in the 5 years since. He's even reached out to each team and participated in numerous public exhibitions. In his pursuit of a comeback, Kaepernick trained with Seattle wide receiver Aaron Fuller, through with current NFL players, even passing for scouts at the University of Michigan.
Let me come in, compete, show you what I can do.
The now 34-year-old is asking franchises and their GMs to see him as a no distractions team player.
The narrative was out there was, oh, you know, it's going to be a media circus. What else comes with him?
Kaepernick helped carry San Francisco to the Super Bowl in 2013, but he's gone from player to activist, kneeling as the national debate over police brutality ignited and paid a price for his protest. Fans burned his number 7 jersey. Kaepernick hasn't thrown a pass in the NFL since the 2016 season, but he's been busy rolling out a Netflix series, Colin in black and white. He landed a lucrative Nike ad, landed on the USA Today bestseller list as a children's book author, and stayed in shape for the possibility of a contract to come.
You had those dreams from when you're a kid. I mean, like, I'm gonna be an NFL player and I'm gonna win a Super Bowl. Yeah. And for me, I have unfinished business on that front.
And you can see more of that interview in full episode I Am Athlete on YouTube today at noon Eastern. And guys, remember, it was September 2016 when he took a knee for the first time. That was his last season in the NFL.
Absolutely, and that will be his last season ever in the NFL. What they don't speak about is that he got a multi-million-dollar settlement from the NFL, right? Nobody speaks about this. He got a multi-million-dollar settlement from the NFL, and this was brokered by Jay-Z. And if you don't know, Jay-Z, who is a black rapper raised by his lesbian mama, and he's a ex-crack dealer and a pimp, Jay-Z is the social justice coordinator for the NFL. So he handles social justice stuff for the NFL. So Jay-Z brokered that multi-million-dollar deal for Colin Kaepernick. So I don't know what this Negro wants. No team is going to pick you up. Sorry. You've spoken to all the teams. None of the teams have came for you, and they're not going to. They don't want any of the wokenut crap that comes with him. They don't. And if you look at the ratings of the NFL, they're up 16% since they stopped the social justice crap. Yeah. The owners are starting to see their pockets fill in a little bit. Right? They're starting to see that revenue come back. And one thing they're not going to do is jeopardize the revenue that they're making now, because they lost a lot. To have somebody like Colin Kaepernick come back, they're not going to. He is gone. He's a goner. You played the woke game. You played the racism game. You shall suffer. You shall suffer for it. He shall suffer, ladies and gentlemen. He wasn't even that good. He wasn't. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Steve Gardner. Steve Gardner took our challenge on PayPal. Took our $10 challenge. Shout out to Steve Gardner. Woke nuts. Everything that these people touch go to hell. Woke nuts. I want folks to understand. Woke nuts. he will never play for the NFL again. And now you don't see Negroes in the NFL kneeling, huh? You don't see that Black Lives Matter shit anymore, do ya? You don't. All that kneeling did nothing except for put some money in your pocket and get you kicked out of the NFL. That's it. Sayonara. This should be the last time we see Colin Kaepernick talking about the NFL. He's not going to get in. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right? Make sure you do share. Next one up. I want to speak about a tech company that is making waves right now. This tech company is selling microchip implants that go into your hand. Yeah, microchip implants that let you pay with your hand. They're making a killing right now. Wave of the future. Will you out there get a microchip put in your hand where you can go over these readers and type in your code and pay? A lot of people are trying to utilize this technology. Biometrics. Here we go. Make sure you share.
Well, many have started paying for things with our phones, even watches.
One company, though, wants to take that technology to another level by implanting a chip in your hand. So, the overseas company Walletmore is selling the microchip in parts of Europe. It's about the size of a grain of rice, goes under the skin. It's then activated using a digital wallet app. The chip is going for about $300, and the company says at least 200 people have gotten them implanted already. I would have many questions for a doctor about that.
Yeah, how healthy
Didn't look
is
very
that
micro, did it?
No.
It was pretty big.
It was a pretty big chip.
I mean, you know, a paper cut hurts. You're going to put a thing like that, you know, in your hand.
What happens if you have to change banks? You got to like get that thing
you got to change it out.
I don't know. I ain't interested in it. Keep it away from me.
I would just want to know how it affects your body.
Yeah, it can't be good. It can't be good to put some electronic device in your body and keep it there. Ooh-wee. Good luck with that.
Yeah, ooh-wee, good luck with that. You see how open and honest they were about the microchip? When it comes to the vaccine, when it comes to the mask, they can't even speak like that. That's how controlled our society is. You see how they say, well, I don't know about that. Right? How come you can't speak like that about the mask? How about the vaccine? How come you can't speak like that? What's wrong with y'all? I know what's wrong. I do. They are controlled. That's what's wrong. Right? They got the freedom to speak about this. But the other one, they must follow the Luciferian code. And if they don't, ain't that crazy? Would I get a microchip underneath my hand? Absolutely not. I want to be as natural as possible. So no microchip. We are already being tracked already. Your cell phone is a tracking device. They got ya. They can listen to you. They can get into your phone and your emails. Last thing I want them to do is have biometric status and results in real time in my body. And I could see them doing something like this. I don't trust the government, and I don't trust companies out there. Information is king. And why do you think a lot of companies want your information? A lot of stores nowadays are into information scams, selling your information. Every cotton picking store now has some sort of rewards club. Ain't that crazy? Haven't you guys noticed that? You go to a store, they say, hey, would you like to join our rewards club? Do you know why they say that? So that they can steal your information. They can sell your information. Because selling information makes money. Called data mining. A lot of companies do it. You go to Walgreens. Walgreens wants you to go ahead and sign up. Hey, we'll give you 5% off. Right? Knowing that they ain't really giving you nothing off. To the individual over there, you think you're getting a deal. You ain't getting shit. They ripping your information. Last thing I want is a company who has a chip to be put in my body, stealing my biometric data. Knowing when I go to sleep, knowing when I wake up, knowing what I put in my body and what comes out. No way, Jose. And I know this technology is out there, and these people, ladies and gentlemen, they can sit there and tell you, well, we ain't going to collect any data. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. If you look at all these tech companies are stealing your data. I'm not going to let any company out there steal my biometric data. No way, Jose. So I think this right here is scary. Folks need to be looking out for the technocrats, because there's a big push right now in our society for technology. And the spiritual aspect is being ignored. Right? Spiritual technology is being ignored. Spiritualism is being ignored. Most people's gods are the technocrats. Machines, technology is a lot of people's god. And I'm letting you know that's the wrong way to go. It is. You can only get so far with technology. You get further with spirituality. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor, hit that like button, make sure you do share. Make sure you do share. All right. Last but not least, I want to speak about Disney versus Ron Desantis. Governor makes the move to end the park's special treatment. All right. Take a look at this.
This morning, Republican Governor Ron Desantis escalating his fight against the house that Mickey built, pressuring state lawmakers to repeal Disney World's unique self-governing authority, the little-known Reedy Creek Improvement District that dates back to the late 60s.
They will be considering the congressional map, but they also will be considering termination of all special districts that were enacted in Florida prior to 1968, and that includes the Reedy Creek Improvement District.
How unprecedented is it for a governor to take on Disney in Florida?
It's highly unusual to see an out-and-out fight between one of the most powerful and important companies in the state.
Political insiders say the battle is really over Florida's new parental rights in education law, which opponents, including some vocal Disney employees, call the Don't Say Gay law. Disney's CEO Bob Chapek, initially non-committal, saying after the governor signed the bill into law, our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts.
This state is governed by the interests of the people of the state of Florida. It is not based on the demands of California corporate executives.
Disney's special self-governance, which covers 40 square miles, allows the company to provide many of its own services, like fire departments, road construction, and building and zoning.
Today, I want to share with you some of our ideas for Disney World.
Without Reedy Creek, historians believe it's unlikely Uncle Walt would have realized his dream in Florida.
It's clearly political. The governor and Republicans in the legislature, at least many of them, seem to be trying to punish Disney.
Disney World is twice the size of Manhattan, or for another reference, about the size of San Francisco. It straddles two counties, Osceola and Orange County. We reached out to the managers of those counties to ask them whether they could take on the responsibilities if the state decides to eliminate the Reedy Creek Improvement District. And the managers in those counties said right now it's hypothetical, so really no comment. Craig?
All right. Kerry Sanders for us there in Florida. Kerry, thank you.
There you go.
Hey, thanks for watching our...
There you go. Al Roker look crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? I think this is a fantastic move. Fantastic move. If Disney doesn't care about parents, they don't care about the image they put out, they don't need any special status. They don't. If they are against the governor and what he is doing to save children's innocence, right? Since Disney is supposed to care about children, get rid of their special status. A lot of these companies over here that are going woke, they don't understand that they are playing to a very small minority of folks out there who have power. They are banking on the young folks being tricked into this new lifestyle. The lifestyle of homosexuality and LGBTQ. The liberal left has replaced their number one victim, which was blacks and women. They've replaced them with illegal aliens in the LGBTQ community. They have. Black folks, a lot of them are starting to wake up. And they know that most black folks, they're retarded. They're going to vote for them anyway. They hate white people that much. They've done their job. Where they hate white people that much and they hate Republicans that much that no matter what happens, they will vote for the Democratic Party. Democrats know this. So they don't have to appease or appeal to most blacks anymore. Their group, their target demographic, illegal aliens, LGBTQ. Because they know once you start speaking about those folks in protected statuses, they own the conversation. They know this. They are some evil folks. Ron DeSantis is showing other governors how to move, showing other conservatives and Republicans how strength looks like and how to lead, not with your mouth, but with your actions. And I think that is very good, especially in our society today. So I want to commend Ron DeSantis for standing up and doing what is right in a time where most Republicans and conservatives won't. Ain't that a shame? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for tonight. I want to thank everybody and their mamas, for coming out and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. I want to thank everybody for hitting that like button, everybody for sharing, and everybody for donating. I'll be back on tomorrow, same time as usual, giving you guys the good word. So make sure you guys come out, hang out with your boy. It should be a very, very good time. Absolutely. All right. Absolutely. So you guys take care. Have a very good night. And I'll catch you guys here tomorrow with another edition of Conservative Nation.